Hello, everyone. This is Wonwoo from MDREX. Today, I will be briefly discussing the reimbursement guidelines for digital therapeutics in Korea. Today, after a short introduction about MDREX, I will go over the market access process for innovative medical devices and technology, then discuss the introduction of temporary reimbursement listing system for DTX products, and lastly, describe the current listing status of DTX products in Korea. About MDREX. We are a Korea-based boutique medical device consulting firm providing a one-stop solution for medical device and digital health companies. Our scope of work ranges from market research and strategy build-up for market entry, product approval, KGMP certification, reimbursement listing, and most relevant to today's topic, new health technology assessment and innovative device and technology determination. We also support clinical trials with collaborations with our domestic and international partner CROs and provide Korea license holding services for foreign manufacturers as they need a legal importer to commercialize their products in Korea. Next, a brief introduction to the market access procedure that every medical device used in hospitals must go through to be commercialized in Korea. Before we begin, I would like to bring attention to a few terms and explain how they are defined by the MFDS, the governing body on medical devices in Korea. New health technology is defined as a new medical technology that is different than an existing technology in its target, purpose, or method. When the safety and effectiveness of the new technology is confirmed through meta-analysis on clinical data and studies, it will be considered a new health technology. Innovative health technology is a new medical technology with confirmed safety, but although having potential, lacks clinical data to confirm its effectiveness. In practice, the governing body will also consider its market feasibility when making its determination. Next, digital therapeutics or DTX. I assume most of you are already quite familiar with this topic. In Korea, it is defined as a SAMD that provides evidence-based medical involvement to prevent, monitor, or treat medical disorders or diseases. It is used to either replace, supplement, or support drugs. Lastly, integrated assessment for innovative medical devices. As the name suggests, this is an integrated assessment track for certain innovative medical devices, which significantly shortens the assessment period by various agencies conducting their reviews concurrently. This track is only available for non-invasive innovative technologies, and since this track is available for DTX products, I will explain more about this track at a later slide. This chart describes the 4 assessment stages that medical devices generally must go through to be commercialized in Korea. In the first stage, the product itself is assessed on safety and efficacy through product approval and KGMP certification processes. MFDS is the governing body for this process, and it operates in accordance with the Medical Devices Act. In the following stages, the technology or the procedure that the medical device will be used for is assessed. In the second stage, HERA assesses whether the technology is an existing or a new technology. If the technology is deemed to go beyond an existing technology based on its target, purpose, or method, the assessment will continue to the next stage. In the third stage, NECA assesses the technology's safety and effectiveness based on clinical studies and data. Here, the applicant can choose a pathway that best suits their situation. If they have enough clinical evidence to confirm technology's safety and effectiveness, they should go directly to new health technology assessment. If the safety of the technology is clinically supported but lacks clinical data to confirm its effectiveness, the deferred assessment or innovative health technology tracks are more appropriate. In these cases, the technology will have to undergo the new health technology assessment later for it to officially be considered for reimbursement. In the last stage, HERA will assess reimbursement based on market feasibility and cost effectiveness and determine whether the technology will be reimbursable, non-reimbursable, or selectively reimbursable. As I explained, if the safety of the technology is confirmed but lacks clinical data to confirm its effectiveness, it can be determined as an innovative health technology if the potential for its effectiveness and market feasibility is recognized. Upon such determination, the innovative health technology can be used commercially and to gather real-world evidence. This would normally take 390 days when following the general assessment track because each stage must be completed before moving on to the next stage. However, because the government recognized that many cutting-edge technologies are in development and was willing to allow non-invasive technologies to generate real-world evidence to prove its effectiveness, they introduced the integrated assessment track. The integrated assessment track takes 80 days, and the governing bodies conduct their reviews concurrently with the understanding that its effectiveness will not be fully supported by the clinical data at the time of the assessment. With the determination acknowledging its safety and potential, the innovative health technology can be used in clinical practice and generate real-world evidence with some fees eligible for reimbursement. Again, this shortens the assessment time from 390 days to 80 days. The government recently introduced several guidelines concerning temporary reimbursement listings for DTX products. In August of 2023, MOHW and HERA introduced two new guidelines, a reimbursement assessment guidelines for innovative medical tech and reimbursement listing guidelines for digital therapeutics. The latter one is more relevant to today's topic as it is DTX specific. This guideline introduces DTX's eligibility for temporary reimbursement listing, as well as how they shall be used and managed in practice. For example, DTX is only eligible for the temporary reimbursement if it is prescribed by the healthcare professional, which means the only DTX that replaces or supplements drugs would be eligible. Also, a code provided by the DTX company shall be prescribed to the patients to enable and control patient usage, and the patient's usage shall be transmitted to the company, then provided to the medical institution and HERA. The medical institution would use the actual usage information to evaluate the treatment plan, and HERA would use such information for insurance price determination in the future. This is the fee structure for all DTX technologies and products. The temporary reimbursement prices for the prescription and evaluation fees have been announced recently, which are shown on the slide. These fees would be co-paid by the patient and the national health insurance at 20:80 ratio. The DTX usage fee can be selectively reimbursable. However, all companies so far have decided on non-reimbursable. This means that the patient would have to incur 100% of the DTX use fees. Although normally the use price for non-reimbursed medical devices are decided by the company and the medical institution. However, in late July this year, the governing body set a maximum price for the first ever DTX approved for temporary reimbursement to roughly $19 US. This price has been determined after considering various DTX usage fees abroad, companies' requested price, and the actual development cost, ultimately deciding on the actual development cost of DTX. This flowchart demonstrates how a DTX product would be used commercially. So once a DTX has been approved for commercial use, the company would provide the code to the medical institution. When a patient comes to the medical institution and gets diagnosed, the doctor will prescribe a code to the patient. The patient will pay out-of-pocket expenses. This would include 100% of the DTX use fee and 20% of the treatment fee. The medical institution will then pay the company and also report the price and make reimbursement claims to HERA. HERA will then announce the assessment results to the National Health Insurance, and NHIS contributions will be paid to the medical institution, which is 80% of the treatment fee. The patient will download the app and use the prescribed code and use the code as prescribed. And the actual usage history will be transferred to the company, and the company will submit the usage list to the medical institution and HERA. Again, the medical institution will use this information to determine whether the DTX is effective for treatment, and also the HERA will use this as real-world evidence and consider it when determining the reimbursement in the future. Current listing status. This table shows the DTX products currently approved in Korea. All 4 have been approved as innovative medical devices, but only 2 of them have successfully been listed for temporary reimbursement. And the first 2, which have been successfully listed for temporary reimbursement, they both improve insomnia symptoms. This is an example of the temporary listing for DTX product. As you can see, it specifies the purpose of use, method of use, and the usage period of the DTX product. Here it's 3 years. In conclusion, the MFDS and HERA have introduced the integrated assessment track for non-invasive innovative medical devices, including DTX, in recognition of the need to bring to market these cutting-edge technologies into Korea, despite the fact that the effectiveness of these technologies have not yet been confirmed through clinical studies. The main point of concern is whether this business model put forth by the government can generate revenues for the medical device companies as well as the medical institutions. The governing body is considering various monitoring methods as well as compensation models. Nonetheless, we expect that the DTX products to be commercialized in the future are expected to follow the same temporary reimbursement track. This concludes my part of the presentation, and I appreciate your attention.